How to turn your felted beads into jewellery by attaching jump hoops. Let's learn this. Hi, it's Pam from Ben McFuzzylugs again. Thank you for coming back to our Thursday tutorials on needle felting. Today is nice simple tips. One on how to turn our projects so far, how to turn them into jewellery by adding small jump hoops to them. And this means when you've got a jump hoop you can add all sorts of jewellery to them. You can get these little clips that'll work to stick them onto a bag. You can bead them into necklaces. You can string jump hoops together into chains. Right, before we get into our video, as I said last week, I'm planning on doing a more in-depth tutorial, more expert level tutorial. So I'd like if you'd be so kind as to vote for which of my animals you would like me to make a tutorial for. So if you just comment below with the animal that you would like me to create, and I'll get on that some point in the spring. Today I'd like to introduce you to my rabbits. So what we have here is one of the biggest pieces I've ever made. He's my moon-gazing hare. He's entirely needle felted. He has a wire frame inside him, but he's felted in place, basically because, or so, he can balance. It's quite tricky to get just the right balance point for these sculptures because they're so light, really. You can see fully felted eyes, ears, little fluffy tail, and his big hare feet. We've also got individual toes and fingers. So that's the moon-gazing hare if you fancy him. Or we have this guy that I made a little while ago, slightly smaller, white rabbit, thinner hands and feet, little softer body, little less firmly felted, and with his ears upright, but he's still able to balance. He's got little blue eyes and tiny pink nose. So just let me know if you would like to see either the white rabbit or the hare as an in-depth tutorial, and I'll get onto that as soon as I can. Thank you. So let's get on with the video.
Okay, so this is simple but a little fiddly, as you'll see, because jump rings are so tiny. So all we're going to do is on the piece you want to make into a bead, just felt backwards and forwards in the same place to make a little dent to fit our jump ring into. And then we're going to take a tiny bit of fleece in the same colour as whatever we're making, and I just make it, roll it into a kind of flat rectangle shape, and I'm just felting it slightly so it holds together, because this is the bit that's going to fit through the middle of the jump ring and actually hold it into place on your bead. Now here we'll see how fiddly this is. I left everything in so you can laugh at how useless I am. I'm popping the jump ring into the little dent I made, and then attempting, very carefully, I'm attempting to hold it up between my fingers and gently felt through the fleece, just felt it through the middle of the jump ring. But as you can see, it is really tricky to hold it in place and to felt and everything all at once, and to actually film it for you as well. But I've got it there, it's held in the wee dent, and I'm just pushing it down with my finger and gently felting through the jump ring and into the other side of my object. And once you've done this a few times, it holds nicely. So it's actually quite easy then. All we're doing from then on is felting all around to make sure that there's a seamless join between the fleece you've just added and the piece that you already have. So not just felting in the one place, keeping the needle moving, and like always thinking about the angle you're pushing the needle in so that you keep the smooth flow of your shape. I'm also just spending this time going over the rest of my bead a little bit, just so that it's all nice and solid and just the shape I want it to be, which is one of the heart shapes. And if you're interested in how to make the heart shape, we've got a video of that earlier on. If you check in the playlists, you'll see it there. So once you've got the jump ring in, you can do just about anything you want. I've got a length of leather cord here, and see how easy it is just to thread through there. And then you can use any jewellery making supplies to get fine fastenings for the end of that cord, or you can just tie it in a knot if that's all you want. I also found in craft shop this nice little keychain thing that you could use to make your bead clip onto a bag or anything. Okay, so I'm just doing the exact same thing with this cat paw that I want to make into a bead. I've just chosen the place where I want to put the jump ring, felted a straight line into it, and now I'm taking a bit of fleece in the white, which is the matching colour to what the cat paw is, and I've just felted it slightly. And now, again fiddly, but I had a better idea for this one, which is when I managed to pick it up, which is to lie it down with the bottom just on the edge of the dent, and then felt through while that's lying down, just holding it placed slightly with my fingers, and you're just felting through the loop without actually ever touching your needle onto the loop. The more you practice, you get used to where your needle goes, and then just exactly the same, that's felted in place, and it's suitable, you can thread it onto anything you want. It's so easy to turn these into jewellery. They're light, so they can be earrings or anything. It's nice on a bag hoop. So really easy. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to vote for the animal of your choice.